last week I had gone out.
Yeah. Finally.
A certain event. Yeah, finally.
After
the money came. I got to a certain event.
Yeah.
So, when you go out and like you don't want to see.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That makes sense.
There were a good number of people there that I knew.
That you knew.
But at least 2 guys who showed up. And I was shocked. I was like, first relax. I'd been hearing rumors, but according to what I knew, these people were no longer a thing.
Yeah.
But now I'm seeing them out here and they are a thing.
So they had been rumored. Wait, why were they? Why did you assume that they were not a thing?
Because parties in the relationship had claimed they were not a thing.
So the guys in the relationship, the guys who are inside the relationship,
we're not going to specific.
Okay, no, let's give them names. John and Edith. You are Edith,
John says Edith is dying on him, so
Edith is
they can no longer be in a relationship.
Yeah.
But they're longer in a relationship. I'm out last week. I'm chilling and I'm seeing. You see? It doesn't look like
John pulls
dying is happening.
John pulls up with Edith. I mean, they're holding hands. He's buying us some drinks. They're literally,
Economy is hard anyway, but I didn't see them buy drinks. but
they came together.
They came together. They left together.
Hey, they were left together.
So questions have to be asked. Yeah.
But like now, but we have to know. We have certain things you have to also know is one. As a guy, most of the time, a babe, forgive me for saying this on a public platform. Guys are going to come for me. But most of the time, one thing I've gone to know about guys is that the babe who they're eating, they don't like to publicize them. But this one is publicizing the babe. That's the funny thing.
That's the thing. Now, you need to know in this situation. Is it? I realize my high school taught us many things. You can be in relationships by force sometimes.
By force.
Sometimes for public satisfaction. Guys were even being blackmailed in secondary. I was shocked.
Blackmailed in 2 relationships.
You're blackmailed to stay in the relationship.
How?
Those are the things we're going to
discuss. Examples.
We're not going to discuss things on public platform. But then, what you're saying, the fact that people whom they're eating, they don't want to show.
Yeah.
On this is the person I'm dating. However, we have our friends who don't like to show. Okay, people know that they're official.
Yeah.
But they don't like it saying that they're official. So what do you say in that case,
In that case, people don't want. No, doing that. By the way, a relationship is a thing of people. By the way, that with Ugandans, first a relationship is a public affair. But the truth is, a relationship is an agreement between two people, right? So supposed to, when they know that the lengths of their relationship, I feel like that's where people get people wrong.
Do you think? I don't. Okay, the truth is, correct me if I'm wrong, but and the public is going to help me on this. I don't think girls like quiet relationships. I think they like the idea of it, but they don't like the reality of it. For example, a girl can say, I like her. Actually, I don't think there's any girl who says, I like us being low-key. What I know is they like
they want the attention.
They like it when their man. Okay. I don't even know the word. Do you think relationship is.
When their man shows them off.
Before we come to that, they like it when, how can I say it? When their man is present. They're like a present guy. You get? But that is not enough. He has to publicize them also a bit. So when you tell me a lady is saying, I'm okay, we can just do things low-key, I highly doubt.
Okay, that's true.
Okay, maybe my level of exposure is the problem.
No, I feel like, it depends also. Because these girls are different breed.
In terms of what?
Because now,
you're speaking like you have experience.
Look at my very innocent chap. But you realize that also girls have, girls these days also, because I think I've seen this like in 1 or 2 girls, you find that there's a guy who they're dating, yeah? There's a guy who they really show, or who shows them off like publicly, this guy's in a relationship with this guy, right? But then there's also that guy who she actually feels, but she can't actually expose him on a public platform.
What?
So you find on a public platform, this guy, not even image, which may be with him mostly because of like maintenance, like money, and also image, like to be I'm dating this guy, but that guy might be like, he plays the village ballo, in those speeches.
You're going to make people think we're talking about some people.
No. If you play village ballo, I'm sorry, but This guy, like the guy who is the guy who's saying his boys that man, me I'm only coming with Trump. I have no money for me.
But I don't think that's
Yeah,
realistic. I think that stuff stops in the movies. Why you're telling me
trust me, there's
wait,
that
why you're telling
girls.
me a girl is with a guy who has money, he's like so what do they still use
Trust me.
that term? So fly, I don't know.
Ah,
But then you're telling me she secretly likes this girl who has nothing.
trust me,
I don't think
the
that
girls are
exists.
like there. What was let's just like stay off a little bit. I was reading something, I think today morning, where the guy sends a message to his babe. Like, I've sent you like I think 800K, it's 800K. So take off 100K for I think okay. I think this guy knows that his babe has actually the guy on the side because he told him that I'm getting 800K, take off 100K just to give that guy to
That's like a sugar daddy kind of
exactly.
situation.
Yeah, but
I mean like I mean age mates.
let me finish the story before we go back to that side. The guy gives the babe eight say that I said 800K, 100K is for you guy, 700K is yours.
Yeah.
So the guy so in the next in the what the guy so there's a reply message. The guy saying that man, I haven't received the money.
I've seen that thing. I've seen that
I
thing.
haven't received the money. Please try to send it again. I was like, guy, this is where we're
No,
reached. But anyway, back to what we were
but
saying. Yeah.
that's on a sugar daddy basis.
Yeah.
And then she has someone her age. You get
True.
I'm talking about where these people are on the same level.
Yeah.
I don't think that's possible. You get that we are age mates,
Mm.
then like you have the money, Manzi, and she's dating you and everything, and then she's saying, oh, I secretly like Larok, but Larok doesn't have anything. That's not realistic. Like in this current day and time, that's too much of a Disney movie. You
Okay.
get
But I feel like I have one testimony. I can't air the laundry.
feel free, we
I
can name these
can't,
people.
man. Because now the thing is that here we have to respect our people. People are in different struggles. Friend that guy. Friend is even you one day may be in that situation. I don't want to,
Sas.
yeah, that's okay. So we respect people in the kind of struggle that they're in. But I feel like that is girls these days are turning towards that age
What's
where
what?
they're able to play guys
Chill,
very
chill
well.
playing. Chill playing. Okay, maybe does that consider playing? It's like I don't even know. Like I don't think they can be love without a certain level of sustenance anymore. Maybe I feel a bit biased because what's the difference between your relationship as a person who is in school and a person who's out of school? That's something I've been asking
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Yeah.
You get
Mm.
if we are coming out and you're saying, okay, we're removing the financial aspect of things, that my
Mm-hmm.
relationships cannot be based off of how much money he can send me to do my hair, my nails. It's understandable. It's not all
Mm.
about money, yes.
Mm.
But what's the difference in the between a relationship that happens within school and one that happens outside school? Even relationships in school, we saw what was happening.
Actually, now that you've talked about, before we even finish that
Yeah,
thing, you talked about that guy, that whole dynamic.
yeah.
I feel like that would have made much more sense
Mm.
if it was like the thing that what's playing me so much about that scenario is that the guy is actually able to bring the babe out in that space. Because outside inside school, it would have been easy to deny her. Like they would have
But
something
inside school,
going
we also
on.
saw them anyway.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah, and like inside school, you have in this image, we tell ourselves as guys that man, we're settling for this because that's what it is inside school. So we have to find a way of making ends meet,
Hey, okay.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Mm.
So we tell ourselves, we're just trying to buza and beta, like to actually survive. But outside school, we eating like here we're eating bread, but outside school, we eat cake. Yeah, so trying to tell ourselves that man,
That's a
we're just
knowledge.
trying to just survive that 3 months. But now, even in back, we have the cake and still going for the bread. No offense to the babe, but
Case.
still going for the bread. So it becomes now questionable. Now that means these are now guys who also set up an image for themselves. And there's kind of guys who are like hard, like they did this bit only for like this time, but like otherwise, they have like girls. No, those guys who tell us that "Man, my baby in time back. Guy, where's the timer babe now? Where have you seen the timer babe? Yeah, I'm my baby in time back. I'm my guy, Yeah, and Galaxy not even a thing. But they have their guys, they have their babes outside, but then you realize we're here 6 months in the back. We haven't seen that guys also.
Okay, but okay, something I think we talked about last time was the fact that some people's relationships are surviving based off of lack of exposure.
Mm,
The fact that we are going to university and we have had stories.
mm.
I cannot attest to them, but we have had stories. And where there is smoke, there is. Fire, you get? And we have seen where guys are talking about how, as you've took the idea of the sugar daddy thing,
That's
like,
going
be
to
honest,
thrive in campus. It's going to thrive. It's going to thrive.
Be honest. Don't you think many relationships that we know of are going to be a victim of that?
Well,
Because you can I don't personally, I'm still finding it hard to believe that at this age people are dating for love. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe guys are gonna start asking who hurt
okay,
you,
the
what,
relationship
nah.
that we have,
But
the relationship that we have exposure to, it's very hard, knowing the guys that we know, yeah, knowing the guys who are different, yeah, but like obviously some guys who are actually dating for lashing for the guy, those are dating this guy so they can lash her, yeah, dating for love, like that's like the 1%. That was the one's going to suffer mostly.
Those are the ones who are going to suffer mostly.
Yeah, because the thing is that in VAC, you realize, okay, it's high school VAC. There's still this kind of innocence that we still have. But since this has a high school mentality.
People. That's not true.
First, innocent. But no, okay, trust me, there's still a level of innocence that we still have in that we haven't actually been exposed to the now the campus setting where one you're living alone, you're not going back to your parents' home.
Yeah.
Two, you have this pressure of actually, because now you're in the confines of your father's house, where when you're going out with your friends. Okay, some girls maybe have been shown by guys who have gone to that bar. Yeah. So actually they've maybe gone in that exposure, but didn't have exposure on a daily basis. Not like when you just get out of your father's house on a Saturday once in a month. No, when you have this every time you go to a bar, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, these guys are coming to you. Because obviously scenario, that's why I realize babes are going to die. So my friend, she goes to Legends on Sunday. I didn't even know that Blue League was still going on at Legends. I thought they had
the league had
actually
ended.
moved.
So.
But apparently she was there on last Sunday.
That's what she said.
She said, but I didn't want to, when you don't want just to go, because you're asking so many questions. Sometimes going to start choosing. So you're like, fine, it's fine. I'll ask like at the end for like a follow up. Yeah. So she's telling me that she went to Legends, she was going for Budo League. She was there with her friends, so they get hungry, but then apparently the food go at Legends has been closed. I think that's why that's what has happened so far. So she goes there. So they go to Chadi to get actually food. So they find guys there like sugar daddy. Okay, not sugar daddies, man. They're just like
20 years,
28. Yeah. So it's very hard to call my sugar daddy. Sugar daddy gives you like 50, 60. Yeah. So this guys tells the babes, please buy for you guys drinks. So they buy for her like a Smirnoff. Yeah, they buy for a Smirnoff. She first takes one, they buy for another one. Those are now two. But the second one, she finished it with her friend.
She went with her friends.
She went with her friends. She went with her friends. No, she went with her friends. So they're buying for them as friends. They buy for them. They buy for them each a Smirnoff at first. They're still getting pork and food. They're still getting their food. They buy for them a Smirnoff once. Then they buy for another Smirnoff. The second Smirnoff she finished with her friend. But I think she has never drunk a Smirnoff.
Give her.
So he gave that. Then she felt herself like slowly. So she just realized that I mean actually for the things I don't understand, because the guys are like, no, you guys stay, can get for another one.
This thing disturbed me. I think this thing of we don't have money is an age thing. Because every time, I've had these stories a good number of times, and it's always, some guy in 30s, 40s bought us drinks. So in my head, I'm like, is it just like automatic when we go older, the money is going to come?
I think is that also, man. Okay, it depends.
So like, she bought her like 2 bottles. Let's say she had other 2 friends there. You get.
They were drinking. They found them already drinking. So that means they've been.
No world, you find guys our age just doing that.
Exactly.
I think maybe because we are misers.
No. You just circle they hang out with.
No,
like, there are guys.
You can do it with your boys.
There are guys.
You can do it with your boys.
Yes.
But you want to meet random babes and then start saying, "Let's buy those 3 babes. Let's do." Even in the club, you don't find guys 20,
but let me just
20, 21. Those are the guys who buy 1 bottle and sit on it the whole night.
Let me tell you something. By the way, in Uganda there is money.
Well, I haven't said there is no money, but I was humbled.
You actually do have money.
That's the truth. Especially here in Kampala, you don't have money alone.
You don't have money alone, trust me.
But anyway, back to the story.
It's like babes there. So they buy first, she's drunk the second one half with her friend. But then she tells she actually realized that that's given her. She's telling that guy, we have to go. That we go to their food. They already decided to bad. There's like, no, you stay, you stay. She actually had to fake a call, yeah, to be like someone's calling me, we have to go. Otherwise, the guy had actually,
But
yeah. So and then she goes back, she realizes the man it has given her. She's actually tipsy the whole time. She has to
do you
make
know
this
this, babe?
speaking. No, I don't know this babe. You know this babe. You know this
Okay.
babe. You don't know her
Okay,
yet.
you emphasize.
Yet. So yeah, like that's when I realized guys actually not ready for campus. Because
But I
trust
think it's
me,
just some
if
bits.
you can actually, hey,
I think it's
even
just some bits.
trust me, the thing is that you do not know the pressure of being hit on all the time.
And
I know you
especially
don't.
by guys who have the money.
The guys have the money, and your guy
Doesn't
last
have
gave you
the
roses on your birthday. On your birthday, this guy was telling that man, I can even buy for you a new phone. Come for you your phone also.
But I think that's what I was telling you. Relationships, eh?
They're going to grab.
These things of guys saying, man, it has lasted through work, so they are going strong. Me, I'm waiting.
Trust
Campus
me,
first
guys
begin.
are going to be eating their beds. Actually, they're going to become the guys are going to become side dishes now. But I feel, but you realize also in campus, man, it depends on the what's it called, the strength of your heart. It's called like
What?
how strong hearted are you?
Just
They're
don't
going to tell
date.
you things. They're going to that man, you're bad. This thing, huh? The guy comes in like what expensive cars do you need?
Like what? GLE. It depends on the
Whatever.
GLE.
About Mercedes, I take car every Friday night. Come for you, the babe can be telling that I be like in chapel way fellowship.
That's what I've been asking you. What is the essence of relationships right now? Because if we're going to enter campus like this first week and your baby is telling you, "Ah, man, I don't think you can accommodate me anymore."
Okay. The thing is that we enter relationships wanting the facade of love and this flirtation thing. But we don't
You guys
realize
just
that
haven't found Jesus.
there are some things.
That's the truth. You guys haven't found
No, people, the
Jesus.
love that you're talking about from the love that they want.
Still, I just feel
Trust
like
me.
because
So
what is not love at
people
home?
don't know that love is actually supported by money. Okay, the love that they
Okay,
want is
okay,
supported by
yeah,
money.
let's go with that.
So then they go in a relationship wanting that love. I think where the guys go out, go for a walk, eat food together, like chill,
What?
Netflix, what?
That stuff is also costs
All
money.
that jazz.
That costs money.
Okay, and time.
Chill time, by the way.
Wait, wait,
Money buys time also.
Exactly. So all that is money, which your guys are going to always have. Your guy, unless you are a guy you prepared to be spending your evening on buns and water after sending your babe
But for me, I
50K
feel like at
for
this point right
KFC.
now, we should have like an average expenditure. Like when you're going into a relationship, how much should you be earning?
I feel exactly.
That's the truth. Because you see, and maybe it works differently for girls and differently for boys. You get, I may not be pressured to do something for my babe because I've seen my boy do it. But a girl seeing her girl get something and she doesn't get it, it's going to affect her somehow. You get. So man, also when you're going to start dating a babe, I think you have to say, yeah, man, which circles
But let me ask, even you as your pocket, you have to ask yourself: is dating really a priority really right now?
You don't say people are looking for love.
Like, man, you have like you said, you have to find Jesus. If your pocket cannot allow you, man, just find Jesus. That's why
I
you
don't
find
know.
that.
Okay, but I feel there's just a certain level of pressure. In high school, there's this guy. Man, we were not mentioning names.
Just give him like
But
what?
he told
What's his
us.
name? Nathan.
He told us.
Andrew.
Oh, Andrew.
Andrew. Huh?
He told us that for me, by force, by fire, I can't get out of campus. Actually, he said the only thing holding me back has been secondary. Campus, I have to break my virginity by force because I can't enter marriage when I don't have experience.
True.
Okay, and I think for many dudes that's the thing. Many dudes are saying I have to get experience because supposedly one of the things men fear the most is
Performing for their wives.
You get? For girls, what's the excuse?
Excuse for
For men, that's their excuse. You get? That's why we want lash right now. That's why we want to date right now. A girls also saying the same thing.
Girls break virginity because they don't keep a guy.
Are you sure?
No, the girl, once the guy has sufficiently lied to her.
You should be able to sleep with you. That's what you're saying.
I feel like okay, I've told you, girls obviously they have to be
Okay.
should I say, pampered, and you lie to her, take her out and stuff
Yeah,
like
why
that.
have we normalized
By
lying?
that time, but nah, they tell
It's
her.
like it's part of the thing. These days we have to lie.
But
Man,
I think that I feel like for a girl to actually sleep with you, okay, it depends. Some girls are just loose. But for a girl
I
to
don't
actually
know
sleep
those
with
ones.
you, I also don't know those ones. I just heard of them, like rumors has it. But like for a girl to sleep with you, I feel like it comes from a level of security that she wants to just. I think people just because most of the time girls do that, except this guy because I either a guy pressured her and she didn't want to lose that guy. She found herself sleeping with him. Yeah. But I think okay, they tell her okay, there's some babes also want maybe experience. I don't know. But I think it's really to be have experience in them for the marriage. No. No babe does
But
that.
no, I also I have a friend, another one.
And
First,
now you have so many
she
friends.
tells
But you should
me,
bring them here and first tell us.
first she told me, she said, for me, in my marriage,
Mm.
I have to be the only virgin.
Ndako. She wants her guy with XP.
Said, my guy can't come into this relationship. And he has never practiced before.
Mm.
So the back of my mind, I'm like, are you serious? So like, as
Yeah.
you
That's
also
a
be
very
there,
rare
you also
babe.
be there comfortably knowing that man, he has slept in the village. You get anything?
Yeah, that's a very rare
I
one. What's
don't,
her
I
name
don't, I don't,
again?
but I don't think she's the only one. I think many don't outwardly come out and say it, but actually want that. They want to know someone. Man, I need someone with experience.
But
Mhm.
like, that's a very rare. I've never heard of that.
I'm telling you.
Are you
So
serious? She wants guy.
I'm,
He
I'm
has
not,
like a huge
I'm
body
not, I'm
count,
not,
like 100 people.
I'm not saying that he necessarily has a list, but he has
Mm.
to be
He has to know what he's
experienced. Yeah,
doing. We
exactly.
can't all be blaz.
And I think that's what's going to cause a lot of pressure,
Oh
especially in
god, the
university.
guy. Yeah,
Get
just know the pressure to be a guy.
what scares me the most? These things of you've seen these confessions,
Mm.
like there are guys who actually just go around sleeping with people so they can spread AIDS.
Yeah, I saw that by the way.
That thing
That's
actually
just some
scares me a
rare
lot.
shit.
That actually scares me. Although there are now rumors about
But you
HIV
know,
vaccine has been got.
even the
Nobody
HIV
is like,
vaccine, you can do those things of in 72 hours you can get the virus.
what?
72 hours.
What do you mean? So like
Like
it just comes
once
out
you
of
have
jobs after
slept with someone with HIV, you have a time
of
gap
72
of
hours.
72 hours to actually
I don't,
remedy
no
yourself.
excuse regardless. It's just that's diabolical though. That there are people who just go around
Trying to
trying to
just
spread that. It's like you just put yourself out there saying, man, hey, even me, let me go and
some
start.
guys are, but if it depends, some guys are spiteful because someone maybe also gave it to him because they didn't tell them.
So regardless, would you do
Why would I lie myself? There's some situations.
it?
Why are you lying yourself there? Like how?
You think everyone, for example, everyone right now who let us say has lost their virginity, you think it was they intention like they just went,
The person lost their virginity.
men especially.
Men.
Do you think it's
Because out
out
of most men, I think like 70% lose their virginity out of peer pressure.
peer pressure?
Actually, 90%. I don't even think of any reason that can push her. Okay, hold. What's on a if a babe may be but I think in the event you wanted it because you wanted to get that experience, peer pressure. It all
So
comes
like
down to
go
peer
back
pressure.
and do what? To go back and like tell guys, man, I
To come out, to have that security that when you sit down a conversation with men and bring up that talk, you can actually can contribute.
man, I think I need to get exposed a bit because I still don't see it.
Because trust me, when you stand in a group of men, and that's why, man. Now you can't. The things that anyway, that's besides the point. But the whole point is that when you stand in a like in circle of men, like if we were like here, we're like five guys. Now we're now we have like a crate of beer there, and we tell you talking. Most of the time, it's going to find yourself
In those
steering to in those
conversations.
conversations. Now they'll ask
Fair
you, "Hey, are
enough.
they for you?" No, me guys. Like it's really funny to say to even it's kind of to roll off your tongue. Guys, I'm a virgin. How can I? Guys will be like, I thought you are gay, and that's it. So it's out
Anyway,
of peer pressure at this point.
so that means, and I think this is a very important topic, by the way.
Mm.
Does is male virginity important? Like, is it a thing? It feels like it has never been a thing. Because let us look
Mm.
back even to like what? I'm not going to say our parents' times. Whenever we say our parents' times, make it seem like our parents are from the Stone Age. No, even before that, male virginity has never been talked about. Like a man was actually credited for the fact that he had slept
Actually
around. You
explored.
get?
Yeah, he
It's
had
only
actually
women
gathered
who.
experience.
So can I come up and be like, man, that has never been a thing. We have just created it. Maybe like, okay, that we usually blame the white man for all these things. So we can be like, you guys, this thing never existed. It came up because of like colonialism. So it's okay for a man to still go around and explore his manhood.
The thing is that now, what principles, what faith do you subscribe to?
Okay, maybe there is that.
Because now I think is that most of the things that we do, okay, like how we conduct ourselves, like even as for even dressing, everything, the cuts that we make, most of the stuff that we do is out of we're going with the trend and how we are living. You know, we
Yeah.
found this earth here is how people are doing it. We are
Let's
doing
also
things like
continue.
that. Let's also continue. So most of the time, even as far as we go in the aspects of virginity and sex and everything like that, we find that people are going to continue the trend. Form 6, you have to lose your virginity. Going to campus, you have to sleep around at least once or twice, you know, because you have urges. And the truth that you have urges as a man, so you have to actually satisfy those urges. Also, you have to gain experience. So when you go into the bedroom with your wife, you know what to do. You understand? So that's a whole propaganda we're being fed, you know. It's either you choose to do that propaganda or not. If you do not, then you have to know why you do it. So people do these things even when they don't even know. So you find that someone going to church, tell us, okay, guys, we're supposed to be virgins. Someone's like, hey, yeah, let's be virgins. But I don't even know why they become virgins. So at the end of the day, there's a guy that go to campus, but things happened. Wah, wah. Find yourselves
Okay,
now the longer
you talked about
virgins.
the issue of faith, and we're going to stay